Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Learning with Ashrat. In this video I'm going to talk about the youth as I promised in the last video. So before starting talking about the youth, I would like to say thanks to all the parents for being there for us, and I would like to thank God for the biggest blessing of our life, that's our parents in our lives. So thank you so much for being there. So youth are the future of every society and every country. So we should be very careful when we do any contact or any communication or any any interaction with the youths, because they are very delicate, the youth, because that's their time when their process of upbringing, process of learning starts, and this process and this learning helps them to build their futures. So it's very important how we do the upbringing of our kids. It's not just like for that, it's the job of the parents to do that. It's the job of the society too, and the other family members of the families too, So we should be very careful how we interact with our youth, So in this way, I want to mention one example, whatever act we have seen in the childhood among our parents, among our elders, we implement those acts in our life, We usually act like that, when we are in that stage. In this, I'm gonna give you the example of my mother. She used to do the Friday prayers. Normally she does all the prayers, but Friday prayers was special because she was doing the fasting with that. And in the end of the day, when the time was coming to break the fast, she is used to cook some sweet dishes, kind of things, we call halwa in our language. And then she was praying, and while she was doing all those things, she was reading some religious things there, some religious prayers there, so some verses of the Quran there. So what she was doing, we all the kids, even though the kids, we all brothers, sisters, and our cousins sometimes were there too, we were all sitting around there, and she was saying us, okay, so pray and listen what I'm doing here. So we used to, but at that time our more main focus was on the food than the other things. But unconsciously things were going in our brain, so we were actually learning those things. So nowadays we implement those things in our life. Like I do, not always, but sometimes I really do those fasting on the Fridays and the prayers the way my mom was doing. But I'm not, I don't have much people around me, so most of the time I'm doing that alone. So but only the the motive to tell this is that whatever we learn, we for sure, maybe sooner or later, we're gonna implement those things in our life. So in the same way, like if you have observed any the kid, you can see that how the small kid wants to act like their parents, they want to look like their parents. And then so like sometimes I really love kids. When I observe them, I really it's the biggest blessing of the God, how God has created us, how we grow up and how we act, how we learn. These all things are so these all are the blessing of God. There is nothing much more to say about that. These are all blessings. I think the kids in our life is the blessings. We are in the middle of the pandemic. When I saw the kid, when I'm in the clinic, so the small kids comes for checkup and all that stuff. When I saw them, I will say, no, life is still going on. So they are the hope. I will say they are the hope of the society. They are the future of the society, future of the country and everything. So we should very careful when the kids are around us and how we are acting and how we are, what we are saying in front of them. Sometimes I saw that there are the elders sitting there, and then there are small kids are there too. So we should be very careful what we are saying in that conversation, and if that conversation is not appropriate for that kid, we should, stop that conversation there, or we should, separate the kids. Kids should be sitting with the other kids with of the same age, so those conversations will not impact them, because their level of learning at that time is not that high that they can understand those conversation. Maybe we are just doing some fun conversation, but for the kid is not the fun. Somehow the kid gonna learn something from that. So we should be very careful what we are saying there. And moreover, we should, teach our kids, the religious things also, and then the moral things also, because moral education is the base of any society. So most of the parents, what I saw in my life, they do, like when the kids goes in bed, in the evening timing, they used to love to hear some stories from the parents. So it's a duty of our parents that we taught them the things in the way they can learn, in the way of the way we tell them story tales and all that stuff. So we should make sure that we can, convey our good messages to our kids, so it will help them to grow better in their life. And nowadays there are so many challenges for the parents and so many challenges for the kids too. So it's very important the relationship between the kids and the parents is healthy. So the kid will not hide anything from the parents. Nowadays it's very important that they have a very good bonding among the parents. It shouldn't be like the before there was the aggression. If some kid has done something, we beat them or we show aggression to them. It shouldn't be like that. We are still in the learning process. I will not say that I am perfect in dealing with the kids. No, I'm still in the learning process like you guys. So it's very important that we communicate in a healthy way with our kids, because they are the future of our society. And in this, I will give you the example of one of my colleagues. There was assistant doctor working with me in Switzerland when I was working there in the hospital. So he used to say me, oh, when me and my wife, we saw our kids, so we just look ourselves there, we just feel like we are there. So this means, few things are genetically transferred to the kids, but few things comes from our upbringings, how we do the upbringings, what kind of teaching we are giving to our kids. So this is my request to everyone, that please give some good messages to the kids, so it will help them to grow in their life. So same way, if it's not just like that, you have to do those good deeds with your own kids only. Do with the other kids, like in our culture, we are living within the giant families. There are the other kids coming and living with us, like somebody is from village, they want to study more, and those facilities are available in cities. So it's very important for us, if those other kids are coming to us, so we will deal with them like our kids, and we will give them good messages, good upbringing, the way we do for our kids. Okay, so, and here I would like to say thank you to all of you for watching my videos and giving me good appreciation. And the same way, I wanted to thank you to one of my colleagues' mom. She is from Afghanistan, and she saw my video, and she really appreciate me. So thank you so much, auntie, for that. And I really, please keep me in your prayers. I really, from heart, I am saying thank you to everyone. These kind of decisions are not that easy to make. It's easy to make, I will say. It is difficult to keep those decisions and those promises. So I will try myself that I will keep my promise. And in the end, I want to say that kids are our future. So it's very important for us that how we deal with them and how we communicate with them. I think the communication word will be the more appropriate. So we should be very careful when we are communicating with the kids. And thank you so much for watching my video. See you in the next video. Thank you.